Welcome to Spiritual Psychic with Sara Wiseman, where you'll learn how to unlock the secrets of spiritual intuition and your own psychic gifts. Here's Sara.
Welcome everyone to Spiritual Psychic. I am Sara Wiseman. You'll find me at sarawiseman.com. Taking small steps. You know, whenever you're trying to do something big, like you got a big thing going on, maybe you're trying to get a project off the ground or lose a lot of weight or quit an addiction or shift the way you relate to somebody. It's really useful to remember that, you know, you can do it in small steps. You can do things in chunks, chunking up the workload. You know, if you're working on your project every day, even for a half hour after you get home from your regular job, you're going to get closer. If you can resist wine or sugar or porn or cigarettes or whatever it is that is your addiction, just for one day, you are going to get closer. And if you are kind to somebody you have trouble relating to or usually don't enjoy, you know, you're going to get closer. And we sometimes read, you know, society news is all about people who've done these really big achievements. And it feels like people achieve stuff overnight, you know, the overnight sensation. You know, you've all heard of, you know, the rock star who suddenly went to number one, and that's what the news shows, this glamorous tale. And what we don't see, what we forget, is all those years of, you know, driving in a tiny car with the band, sleeping in crummy hotels, playing gigs that weren't very exciting. Or the writer who has the bestseller and, you know, it just appears this monumental ascension instantly. And yet, you know, people forget the failed novels that the writer wrote for years and years, or the way that they had to take all these kinds of part-time jobs so that they would have time to write, and how they, you know, had to raise their kids and write at a kitchen table in the evening. Years and years of moving towards a practice. And, you know, sometimes people do, very young, ascend. And then they have, you know, you look at somebody maybe like Justin Bieber, who's really hit fame very early. And so he has an interesting task of, now what? Now what? When you've achieved the pinnacle, now what? Interesting place to be in a lifetime. So just recall that, you know, we sometimes think, or we've been, society's taught us that we have to just like, whoa, I'm starting something, so whoa, I better achieve really fast. No, it just takes small steps, one after another. Just walk in the path, one foot after another. And when you look up, you can see that point B is a little closer. It still might be very far away. And when you look up again in a few more steps, you see it's a little closer. And slowly, 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 over time, you begin to move toward your goal. And of course, the point of this is so interesting because so much of the journey of accomplishing something that we really, really, really want to do, maybe we want to, you know, start a business or lose weight or do an incredible adventure or an incredible trip or whatever it is, and do a creative work. And interestingly, that on the path of taking these small steps, this is where all of the learning takes place. The learning does not take place when you've achieved your dream. The learning and the soul growth takes place every single moment. You are just sort of step by step walking your way. You know, for me, I've been writing a long time. I've been writing for decades now. And every day of writing, whether I was writing, you know, in the past I wrote news articles or advertising copy or whatever I was writing, made me better at the craft. And then as I began to create spiritual teachings, it's always been about showing up to the work or the small step every day and just seeing what happens in showing up to the small step. It's really been about the process, not about the results. And you'll find this if you're trying to, you know, learn music or lose weight or, again, whatever it is. It's about yourself being the person who takes the small step over time and what you learn in that exact moment on the path every single day as you make your way closer. Take small steps. That's how to get there. It gives you the time for the processing you need. You are listening to Sara Wiseman. You will find me at sarawiseman.com.
Want more Spiritual Psychic with Sara Wiseman? Tune in for more insightful teachings on intuition, spirituality, and you. Want to contact Sara direct? Visit www.sarawiseman.com.